Yo, what is up, boys? How's it going? And welcome back to another episode of the Rant Cafe Anime Podcast. We forced each other to watch anime once again. With me today, we have Anime Recon. What's up, gamer?
What up, boys? It is great to be back, and I can't wait to talk about these anime that we've recommended to each other. And I've got some stuff to say, not gonna lie.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And Recon recommended Shimoneta.
Indeed,
is that the full title name? Probably not, right?
No, but
light novels,
a lot of people call it Shimoneta. So many, it's just short name for it.
Someone in my chat was talking.
It's like a world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist, or something along those lines.
Shimoneta, a boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. Okay, there was that. With us today, we also have Jordan. What's up, gamer?
What's up, everybody? I'm excited. This was a good week. This was solid. So.
Hell yeah! And you recommended Rumbling Hearts.
Yes, sir. Peak anime. It's one of the greatest of all time. Quote me on that.
And and I'm Briggs, and I recommended Hajime no Ippo. Obviously, once again, the best of the three, as usual.
It was okay. Yeah.
All right. You know what? Why don't we start with Hajime no Ippo? Why don't let's hear what you guys have to say about it.
All right, let's do it. Recon, I want to hear your thoughts first, since this is brand new to you.
So, this is a fucking ripoff of Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple.
That is the worst take I've ever heard. You know Ippo is older, right?
Yeah, I know. I love
Kenichi. Kenichi is like my favorite anime.
Listen, I haven't even seen Hajime no Ippo. I watched actually Kenichi first when Briggs recommended it like quite a few years back. And when watching Ippo, it really just reminded me of how Kenichi started being bullied, and he wants to learn martial arts, and just to fight back the bullies, and then he goes big and fights in tournaments and becomes way stronger. Like, that's the whole idea of Ippo. It's somewhat similar to Kenichi, but I would prefer the characters a lot more in Kenichi. Plus, the biggest thing that was missing in Hajime no Ippo was that tight purple suit that I was looking for. It wasn't there. Like, where's that tight purple suit that I like?
There wasn't a lot of
exactly.
No. I mean, other than the boys' muscles in the shower.
Yeah.
I mean, I did appreciate, though, the character development, because a lot of people underestimated Ippo. Like, a lot of they think he was weak, but then when he started training, it was like, holy shit, this guy actually has some big potential. Maybe he can make it big. Like, it was good. But
wait. Does Recon? Did he for the first time ever? Write this down, boys. Write this down. For the first time ever, he said an older anime was good.
It was good.
Okay, so I'm glad you enjoyed it.
But I prefer Kenichi.
So do I. Because
it has a lot of similarities, but I just prefer the route Kenichi is going through.
Both of which are in my top 5. I love them both for similar reasons. It really motivates me to see a real underdog story with actual training and actual payoffs, and not just like, I got reincarnated to another world and now I'm OP. Like, I love that style of anime. But I do love Ippo. Recon, did the older art style and animation bother you in any way?
I would say for this one, not as much as others. Not as much as like that crappy sci-fi and whatever the hell it was called. What was it called?
Galactic Heroes?
Yeah, that one. That pain to watch that. This one, not so bad. I enjoyed it.
I will say, while the art style is old, I do think the animation is quite good at times. While obviously at times it's like a PowerPoint every now and then, and they're just yapping and no one's moving and there's not much moving other than the mouths. During the actual fights themselves, they go hard with the animation, the movement. You could feel the weight of the punches, and the sound effects are top tier.
Bro, the early 2000s Madhouse, like, they always impressed with the animation, but the sound design for Ippo, I think, is still among my favorite in anime. I don't know. They make it feel like you can like hear the punches, like you can feel the impact of the wind as the fist flies by. It's great.
So how about you, Jordan? How did you like the first 3 episodes?
Well, going back and revisiting it, I've always loved Ippo. It's in my top 5 manga. It's always been my top 10 anime. I have a big bias right out the gate. And I do love that it isn't afraid to start out with an underdog story. Like you said, with a lot of those mainstream shonens, a lot of times they want to have the main character be special in some way off the bat. And Ippo, he's a naturally hard hitter, so I guess he does have that. But they really aren't afraid to start out slow.
I really appreciate that. Like in today's day and age with like people having short attention spans, I get why you want a cool protagonist right away or to do that, able to do something flashy. But Ippo being like a shy, bullied kid and his training with catching leaves is a really slow start, but I love it.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where Ippo's not afraid to do that, Kenichi's not afraid to do that, and I can't think of too many others that are like, especially as time has gone on, I feel like there's such a need to try to grab the audience right away that you really have those slow starts with a weak, shy, bullied protagonist, right? And it works out great for later on, because whenever you have a start like that, the payoff's always greater.
Mm-hmm.
But I forgot how much I really don't really like the whole leaf training arc. I'm going to be honest. Like, that was always like one of those things I look back on and I'm like, catching leaves, come on. Like, I know he's learning to jab.
Is there a reason you didn't like the leaf training arc?
I think it's always just been like a little bit of a personal bias. It's not like anything too specific. I just I don't know. I always felt like just a little bit out of place from like the rest of the anime, but like not in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's still good. It's still good, but it's if I'm judging just the first 3 episodes, I do think that I want to be a little bit more stricter with it because of that, right? It is a little bit slow as far as anime starts go. So.
Yeah, I definitely a little slower.
It was slow.
And I will say though, Jordan, you're absolutely correct. I do think the leaf training is so different than everything else they do. But I think it was maybe also purposely done because Takamura just wanted to get rid of Ippo. He was trying to scare him off away from boxing, right?
Yeah, he's doing his street work, right? He's doing his running that he does every day.
Are you guys talking about that big delinquent guy?
The big guy, yeah. Takamura.
Yeah, the big guy, yeah. It's like, please, senpai, train me.
But yeah, Ippo's just some kid he ran into, right? Just on any day of road work, and he's just like, yeah, go do this. And sure, there's a meaning behind it, right? He learns how to throw a jab, which is the most important.
I did like that scene where he punched that punching bag so hard. I'm like, he's like, oh my goodness. He's like, I was wrong about this kid. That was a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, that was.
But yeah, like you said, it is very slow. It is also missing that comedy, that spark.
I had comedy.
No,
dude.
hold on. So, like I said, maybe there's not a ton in the first 3 episodes, but Ippo's one of my top 5 comedies.
Funny.
All right, it is.
Kenichi was so funny, especially during the training bits. It was so funny. This one, I felt that this was a little bit more slower, a little bit more serious, which is fine by me. It was fine.
I think you gotta let Ippo cook. It's got that locker room humor. It is my top 5 comedy anime, even if we took out the sports entirely. Like Ippo's up there.
I think Ippo is hilarious, but I don't remember exactly if the first 3 episodes are as funny because maybe it's really focused on introducing.
They're not really.
Nothing.
But
a little bit more serious. He's being bullied.
It picks up pretty quickly though. It picks up quickly because he becomes like the first 3 episodes. He does a little training and he has like an amateur like sparring match. Like within the first 10 episodes, he's in tournaments. He's fighting dudes. Like it gets intense pretty quick.
Yeah, it's more serious.
And then there is comedic relief as well that I honestly find really funny in the show, but maybe not in the first 3 episodes.
Like even in those first 3 episodes, like Takamura is kind of funny, but you're taking one of the biggest jackasses in all of anime and manga, and like you make him seem like a relatively normal guy in those first few episodes. Yeah. Like it feels a little bit jarring compared to the rest. I don't know. It's good, but
okay,
he seems reliable at that point.
Let's move on to Shimoneta.
Oh boy!
Shimoneta.
What did you guys think about this?
Wait, we need to rank Ippo, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we forgot.
I don't have my doc open. 1 second. Go ahead.
Yeah, open it.
What are you guys?
I'm curious what Recon give it.
Okay, I'll go for fine. Ippo, well, since I compared it a lot to Kenichi and I enjoyed Kenichi more, I would say Ippo is like maybe 7.5.
7.5 for the first 3 episodes is actually great. Jordan?
I love Ippo. Like I said, if I'm judging it in its entirety, the manga is one of my few 10 out of 10s. The anime, I have it like a solid 9.5 out of 10. But for the first 3 episodes, I'm going to give it a 7. I think it's still solid, still a strong start. It sets up a lot really well. But but yeah, it is a little bit of a slower start. So I don't want anybody judging it too harshly based on those first few episodes.
I think the first 3 episodes of 7 to 7.5 is very fair, guys. I think
Yeah.
it's one of those shows that gets better with every 2 to 3 episodes that passes, and truly, like, oh my god, there's so many ups and downs in the series. I love it. I truly love it.
I forgot what I gave Kenichi. I think it was like a 9 or a 10. I don't remember. But
Nice.
I was like, oh my god, this is a masterpiece when I watched it.
Kenichi's just Ippo, but with ecchi.
Yeah, really. Ippo with ecchi and like.
That's what I mean. I
more
need that
comedy, I
flair.
guess. More comedy.
It's
More
so
comedic
fun.
moments for sure.
More slapstick, I would say.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The comedy in Ippo just gets me.
It is
I don't know
good.
if it's
It is
personal
good.
preference or what.
Recon, do you plan on continuing to watch Ippo?
Honestly, yeah, why not? Sure.
Hell yeah.
Like, oh, that's a win.
I mean, I got it saved on Netflix, so I could just pop it up anytime when I want to see it, when I'm eating food or whatever. So yeah,
Man,
I might continue it.
Hell yeah.
I feel like part of it's him actually enjoying it, and part of it is him going, if I say I like this older anime, Briggs might stop recommending me older anime. How much of that?
Shit.
It just all really depends on how the anime is, to be honest. Even if it's shit, like I don't know. It's
fair.
I gotta have that feeling for it. If I don't have that feeling, I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh, I just can't really be bothered with this.
If you ever want to watch like early 2000s anime, I think those done by Madhouse are some of the best for sure. So
Nice.
especially Ippo.
Okay, Shimoneta. I will say.
Yeah. So, what did you guys
I'm
think of
so
it?
glad I finally watched it. That shit was hilarious.
I knew you guys would like it.
Especially the first episode. The first episode was hilarious. I think as
Briggs,
a-
you watched it in dub, Briggs, right? You
I did,
watched
yes.
It in dub. Yeah, that's a good choice.
It was a hilarious dub, and I will say episode 2 and episode 3 were also good, but I do think it's starting to feel repetitive. Like it was like it really the concept was so different and unique that I was interested. It was so funny, and like how over the top the dialogue was hilarious. But I do feel like it caught me off guard, and that's why I laughed my fucking head off the first episode. And I think with the second and the third, I slowly started to get normalized to it. And I don't know if I'm gonna keep on watching it, but I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it as much as it keeps on going.
Briggs, you didn't get to you only watched the first 3 episodes, right? So
I may
you
have
didn't
watched
get
number
to the.
4.
You may have watched.
I
Did
feel like you would know if you watched number 4. I don't know. How crazy did it get?
Did you get to like the big highlights of the series, or you didn't?
Like, what's the last thing you remember? I guess.
Yeah.
I
I
should ask.
remember the guy dressing up as the girl, and they stole urine, and some other.
That was episode 3.
That was
Okay,
3.
so
Yeah, episode 3. Yeah, that's.
I watched
episode
the entirety of this anime. Recently,
Oh my
and
god! I
will
want to know
say,
what you thought. Oh my god!
I will say, like, I know I was like kind of hyping up your pick last week, saying like let him cook and whatnot, and then at the end I'm like, okay, we got to stop letting him cook. No, we got to let Recon cook again because this was a really fun anime, and it's one of those. I've been an anime fan my whole life, and I'm like ashamed that I had never actually watched this one. I knew the
Same.
concept. I liked the concept. I knew it existed. I just didn't know a lot about it. And the first 3 episodes, like I enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie, but episode 4 and beyond, Briggs, that's when the series picks up, and it's like
Really?
it's just crazy. Like it gets more crazier than like the first 3, which I didn't think was possible going in. Like because
we should we explain Jordan, because it might spoil Briggs.
no,
I don't know.
I don't know if we want to go
Because the things
too
that
into it,
happen, the crazy things that happen, are just with
It goes off the wall.
with this with especially a certain character.
Mhm.
It's mind blowing.
It's all
Psycho mode.
The
Psycho
first 3
mode.
episodes are all set up. That's all I'll say. I don't know. And then from there, like the best character in the anime is introduced in episode 4. You know, truly introduced, and then from there it's just a fun ride. But yeah, Shimoneta is one of those where it's like a fun concept. We got, what if authoritarian government shut down any and all perversion on the internet, everything Puritan to the max, right? There's none of it. And then, the natural rebellion to that is going to be the one to tell those dirty jokes, right? To be able to tell the jokes you're not allowed to say. And it does it in a way where some of them are really, really funny. And then some, there's a lot where I'm like, what the heck are they even talking about, right? Because they're just throwing out quantity. And whenever you throw out that much quantity, you're going to have some banger one-liners in there. So it was fun. I enjoyed the whole thing.
I'm glad you did. I've actually watched Shimoneta twice, once in sub and once in dub, and I have to say the dub is way more funnier.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that I kind of came across was I started it in sub, and I was doing a watch party, so I had multiple people come in going, "Why are you not watching the dub?" And I'm like, it's hard for me to switch after I've started something like midway through. But I did go back after I finished it off stream, and I watched a lot of funny moments in English just to kind of compare. And I will say the dub did kind of nail it. It was very good. So I like both.
It was hilarious.
I think there was a lot of wordplay in the Japanese where like I could tell it was there, but like I had to like pause it and think about it, and I'm like, hold up, that's not like natural to me, right? So it's no, they did a good job adapting that. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
I think Briggs watched episode 4 because that's where white hair girl goes crazy. Yeah, like she was attacked by 2 stalkers, and then there was the accidental kiss moment. I remember that. Yeah.
The crazy psychotic stuff
3.
happens right after that kiss. Right after that kiss, shit goes down.
Okay, so that's end of episode 3. Okay, you guys are making me want to watch more.
You need to watch more, at least a few,
Good.
And you got to watch the ED too. They changed the ED from episod 1 to like later on.
Yes, I completely forgot.
I noticed that and I caught that and I was like, holy cow. It was one where I was, I guess, lucky to have like not ever really looked into it that much. Like I knew it existed, I knew the concept, but yeah, it was fun just jumping in and then actually having a fun ride from Recon here. This was huge.
I just really was not expecting the words cock, balls, and pussy to be said in the first fucking 5 minutes of this anime. I was crying.
Yeah.
I was actually crying. It caught me so off guard.
This is what I mean when the dub was just so much better.
I think both are good, but like it really doesn't hold anything back, and I think that's part of what's great about it. It is very unapologetic in the way it goes balls to the wall, and it makes you want to say things like balls to the wall, right? Just because you start seeing dirty jokes everywhere. It's in everything. There's quantity out the wazoo.
I feel like Charlie Most Critical wrote this anime. Also,
it would not surprise me.
I do want to say one little gag that they did, just more so than just like this like the pervy jokes that I found funny, was the fact that like her cell phone being on like blocked the wave that she could say the jokes. So like when she had like 10 seconds left, she would just try to get as many bad words out as possible. And something about that, she's like, I just need to like, it was quantity. It was quantity over quality at a certain point, and that gag got me good.
Yeah. Well, that and like anytime she pulled out that phone, you just knew the next words out of her mouth were going to be so out of pocket. Like some of the things I was just like, I had to pause it and just like sit there for a little bit, letting it sink in that that's really what she said. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It was wild.
Do not watch this anime at home. I mean, with your door open. Do not watch this anime with anyone in the house.
It gets pretty etchy, I will say.
Yeah. Oh, it
gets extreme. Okay. It gets extreme.
Yeah, dude, that fly scene was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the extremes it went to, like I do think this is one of the wildest anime I've seen in quite a while, and I've seen a lot. I've seen hundreds and hundreds of anime, but it's I feel like this is one that's going to stick with me. So thank you for the recommendation. Very good.
Yeah, thank you, Recon.
No
I
problem.
am gonna give. What are you gonna give it, Jordan?
So for me, I feel like with the fact that it inspires me to tell more dirty jokes and to and to really live out the Shimoneta dream, I feel obligated to give it a 6.9. I feel like any other score would just be a disservice.
That's actually so good.
Yeah.
Actually,
I thought you would rank it higher, Jordan.
You guys,
6.9 only.
If I rank the entire anime, one, I'm pretty strict with my rankings. I'm pretty much I'm a pretty harsh critic. But
6.9 though,
it would probably be somewhere in the sevens if I did the entire anime.
It's like neck and neck with Ippo. It's like neck and neck with Ippo.
This is the first 3 episodes, right? This first 3 episodes, and it's a funny number. It'd probably be a 6.5 if I didn't want to do the funny number, but for those first 3.
Actually, this show is trying to tell you a story about how tyrannical governments control us, and we need to fight back.
Yes,
that's what this anime is trying to teach us, and for that reason, I will give it a 6.9.
Let's go. I love how it like started out with that theme, and it's a solid theme, and it did it pretty well. And then like somewhere along the way, I feel like, or maybe it's just because I watched like people say like the last episode's like an OVA, and it like just kind of blends in. But like I'm like, man, I feel like at some point it just became so much more about tossing out as many dirty jokes as possible, regardless of whatever else is going on. Like it really does not care.
I feel like they're also like trying to like not so much beat the government, but like educate their peers in a way. Like the fly scene was like they literally showed like two flies having sex to teach people about reproduction and like what I don't know. They presented it in a way like to get people going and like whatever, like get a reaction and stuff. But I think it's also like there was so much knowledge that was kept from these kids and from these students, and they were trying to like show them what like the reality is.
Yeah,
right?
well, I think there was commentary on the government blocking that type of stuff, especially in Japan. Like they blocked it off the internet, they blocked it off everything, and then there's commentary around growing up isolated from all that and stuff, like without any concept that it exists, how that can kind of mess with you on some type of natural instinctual level, right? But past that commentary, I'm trying to remember exactly what I was saying here. I started rambling a little bit. What were you saying, Briggs?
I was just I think you're on it. Like in regards to commentary, they're talking about like the tyrannical government and control, but also what happens when you like censor like everything. People grow up not knowing things, and obviously it's to an extreme here. I think it'd be reasonable enough for people to be able to figure out how babies are fucking born at like 16.
I do remember where I was going. Okay, so I was going somewhere with that. I lost the plot somewhere midway along the way. So it does have that overall concept, and it does tackle it pretty well. But it does also tackle that like there's right and wrong ways to kind of go about things. So like as the show progresses and stuff, it's more of like an anti-violence message and more of a the general populace around you, the people around you. They've been kind of done dirty by that. They don't know these things. The correct thing is to try to teach them, right? Try to let them know the things that have been withheld from them, right? So yeah, it goes with it kind of has some commentary on that as well as the natural plot progresses. So.
Got it. Okay, do you guys have a favorite character in Ippo? I wanted to just ask that real quick. And why is it Takamura?
My favorite character hasn't shown up yet.
Okay.
I guess I could say Ippo. There's no one really. No other really characters.
You met Takamura. You met like Miyata. You met Aoki.
No other character stood out to me except for Ippo.
Aoki's one of my personal faves too. Takamura's I know a fan fave, and he's one of my favorites. But I feel like episode 2 to 3 Takamura, 1, 2, 3 is different than like long term Takamura, right? You got to get to know the guy. He's a different breed. So.
Yeah, I agree. How about Shimoneta? Do you have a favorite character in Shimoneta? Have I met them?
Yeah, Anna, 100%. No, yeah. There's no contest. There's no contest.
Anna's the one that wears the panties on her face?
No, Anna's the white-haired girl.
The student council president.
The student council president.
I haven't really got to like really know Anna that much. So for me,
once you do, she'll be your favorite once you do.
For me, the main girl is currently my favorite.
All right. She is fun. She is fun. All the girls in this show are crazy, and I kind of like crazy. So like every single one of them has some screws loose. But
yeah. All right, moving on to Jordan's anime, Rumbling.
Let's go.
Hearts.
Got to save the best for last.
Damn.
Rumbling
anime.
Hearts.
Recon, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I have so much to say. Recon, you go first.
I don't really care what Briggs has to say.
This was, to me, very average of a recommendation. Oh. It started off like any other generic romance rom-com school comedy that I've seen before. Kinda to me it did, yeah.
Okay.
I completely forgot the
They
names.
were in a school.
Yes, it is a school. It starts at school and then it progresses out of school. So it is. I completely forgot the names. I'm just gonna say Orange Girl, Blue Girl, and Guy. Because it was mainly
purple. Orange, purple, Guy.
No, it's blue. It was blue.
It was blue.
Riggs.
It's blue.
No way. It was purple. It was blue.
It was blue.
It's blue. It's orange.
It's so
girl,
blue. It's like water blue.
I guess she's a swimmer. That's why they made her hair blue. Yeah. It was so purple, dude.
So Orange Girl likes Guy, but also Blue Girl likes Guy. Orange Girl confesses her love to Guy, and they both get together. That's mainly for what happened during the first episode, like a love confession. She really likes him. Second episode, it really starts to pick up. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know where this is going, but I kind of like it so far. Tragedy happens. Yeah. Orange Girl gets like destroyed by a car.
Truck
Somehow, I don't fucking know what happened. Some car or truck ran 3 phone booths, and Orange Girl dies. Guy gets together with Blue Girl because Orange Girl is dead, and yeah, they have a good time. But then I read the synopsis because it was finished.
They have a good time. What do you mean they have a good time?
I don't want to say how they have a good time. But
Okay.
So after after the 3 episodes, I read the synopsis, and I went down, and I'm like, she comes back. I'm like, what? I'm like, now I'm interested. Now I might want to actually watch more.
Yeah.
That is a cool concept. If she comes
It's
back,
a cool
I know
concept.
was
She
was
dies and then she somehow
didn't
comes
die.
back.
She was in a coma. She was in a coma.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
how
So,
she
yeah.
would, that's how she would come back. She would get better, come out of her coma, and then he's kind of in love with both girls. So that's actually
Yeah.
an interesting concept. I will say,
There-
Jordan, is there I don't know, because I do feel like this is a love triangle series,
it is.
which might be a love triangle series.
It is a love triangle in some ways. It is much more just a melodramatic soap opera of like, these people sometimes making really dumb decisions, sometimes making really good decisions, but like overall they're just put in these really bad situations. And I think we've mostly seen the bad situation and like the origination of that from the first couple episodes, the setups there, but it's just the social dynamics and kind of how it plays out from there. That it's just really interesting. It's like a roller coaster, right? Emotionally and through everything else.
Is any of the girls yandere?
I wouldn't say yandere, but I mean, yeah, there's a lot of
Because if the orange girl is, because in my head, if the orange girl is gonna come back from what Briggs is saying, her coma, and then she's gonna see that her boyfriend is with another girl, in my head, I'm thinking like, oh, she's probably gonna go psycho and kill her best friend or something.
Haruka's a gentle
Like,
soul.
no?
She's a little angel, but
yeah,
like,
she's too much of an
if you want to
angel.
know what
Fuck that
happens
girl.
next,
I
you gotta.
I hate
keep-
Orange.
To be honest, I am quite interested. It's
Yeah.
a very solid story. It starts
It's a roller
it starts
coaster.
it starts pretty wacky, but then it starts to pick up, which I
You say wacky, all right, but I will say this anime accomplishes what most rom-coms do in their entire run in like one episode, all right, and it doesn't make it feel rushed when it does it. It does that, and then it continues moving, and it keeps moving throughout the rest of life, right? So
right.
it's fun.
Okay, I want to talk about Rumbling Hearts. I have a lot of biases towards these type of anime. Not saying that it's a bad show. I just want to say my biases when I dislike right off the bat. I'm just in general, the genre romance, drama, slice of life is like my least favorite drama in anime. I mean, my least favorite.
We kind of figured
least
it out.
favorite genre in anime. But that's not a reason to say it's bad, because it actually is kind of good. But I also hate awkward moments and cringe moments, which this show had. I also hate shy characters, which this show had. Like, there's like a couple biases I have that like aren't that prevalent in anime, and this one had all of them. Like the thing, like you know how Recon like hates old anime? I hate shy characters and I hate awkward moments. Like it's awkward.
Ippo's a shy character.
Yeah, but he's the main character, so you hear his inner dialogue, so he's talking a lot. I hate quiet characters. I don't know. Like say something.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's just a personal bias.
Wait. Do you like
ASMR
Buddy Girl
company?
Senpai though, Briggs? Do you like Buddy Girl Senpai?
I do.
Do you like the protagonist of Buddy Girl Senpai?
Kind of. Why?
Because they're kind of the same,
Maybe I'm just
quiet.
sexist. Maybe I just don't like shy girls. Was he quiet, the protagonist of Bunny Girl Senpai? But maybe
Yeah,
really.
a protagonist is
quiet.
different because you hear their inner dialogue.
Maybe
He's like I think his name was Sakuta. He's like the loner type of guy who's just quiet, but then he starts getting loud later on. But
Okay,
he had a lot of funny
that's why he's
one-liners
quiet.
and stuff though. He had that like Kyon from Haruhi or like the Kanan protagonist.
Yeah.
Like he has that type of energy, right? Those visual novel protagonists with the witty dialogue.
Briggs likes Bochi the
Yeah.
Rock. Yeah, but that's a show about someone who's shy and has like social anxiety. It's different. It's a show about that. Like that's what it's about versus like a show about romance. It's like say something. Anyway, maybe it's just I can't relate. But you know what? They got a lot done in one episode. I will say one thing I liked about this series. I hate these romance anime that it's like, dude, you like each other. You have basically confessed to each other at this point. How are you not dating? How are you not like asking each other out? Like this is like, why is it taking 24 episodes to have a kiss at the end that they don't even show. Like, I appreciated the pacing of this, and I think it was really smart to make it fast-paced, so then you kind of get attached to them as a couple for when the accident happens, and he goes on to the other girl afterwards. I think it was well executed in that way. And I will say, I made the anime so much better by watching it at 1.5 times speed, Jordan. Oh my
I will
God.
never forgive you for that. That's one of my pet peeves. I hate it when people watch stuff sped up.
You watched it sped up.
Creators put so much thought into like how whenever they present an anime, it's all about the presentation, right? Like the pacing at which things happen, whether it's the natural dialogue or the music. Like it's a build up, right? If you skip the build up, you might as well just be reading the synopsis, right?
I wouldn't go that far reading the synopsis.
You got the basic plot points down, and then you're able to kind of bullet it from there. But
dude, your brain adapts. Your brain adapts. It doesn't feel.
I don't. It doesn't work for me. I can't do it.
Yeah, well,
I will forever judge people who do that.
Clearly, my brain is superior. I swear,
I block out all opinions they have on my anime. We are calculating the score based on me and Recon here. This is.
You can't. We haven't been voting for our own anime anymore. I changed the format. We don't vote for our own anime like a score.
No, we just did. We just did.
No, we didn't.
I haven't given my score.
Wait.
But
I still have more
doesn't
stuff to
count.
say about Rumbling Hearts. I do genuinely believe with a lot of anime with pacing issues and slow pacing, like having it at 1.25 or 1.5, your brain will just adapt. You don't notice it's sped up anymore, and it helps fix some of the pacing issues. I will say, probably not the best decision to do it for a romance anime filled with emotion, especially when they're it's not. Especially when they're young and they're shy and they're nervous and like they're reaching for each other's hands, or like they're trying to get the courage to like confess to each other. Having it sped up there, I will admit, isn't as good because you're slowing it down. You're speeding up those moments where like the struggle is part of it. However, for the moments that aren't like that, oh my God, was it better, dude? I was fucking snoring for the first fucking 4 or 5 minutes when they're talking. Also, the main character, dude, the main character's
That's what I mean when it starts as a generic high school comedy.
Yeah.
It's just like so generic at the start.
I actually like the dialogue sometimes. I will say some of the banter is funny and well written. However, the main character's dialogue sucks. Like, dude, the way he fucking words things, I want to punch him in the face.
I will say though, I do think it does a good job of setting him up as a pretty genuine guy, for better or worse, in those first few episodes. Because it's one of those things. She asks him out, right, and he does agree, but then they go out for a while and like nothing. There's no real development there. Like it is just walking home every day, and then she's like, "Do you like me? Like, or do you even like me?" And he's like, "Maybe." Like he doesn't really know her yet, right? Yeah. So he does eventually take that step to want to get to know her better, but it feels very genuine in that way, right? Like he's not forcing it. He's not going to say he likes her if he doesn't, etc. So
yeah, he seems.
That's
like
why I kind of
guy.
prefer Blue Girl. I kind of prefer Blue.
Let's go,
Girl.
dude. For the very, very first episode, I feel so bad for Jordan. I feel so bad for Jordan because he wasn't watching my stream of me reacting to it, but he was in it. And during like the most like sad moment of her dying, or not dying, her getting hit by a truck and going into a coma, and the family's reactions, I was laughing my fucking head off. Like I was fucking dancing to the song, and I feel so bad how I was trolling. But in the very first episode,
that is brutal.
In the very first episode, I'm like,
that broke me.
I'm like,
I was younger.
Yeah, I'm like Team Blue. I'm like Team Blue. Team Blue. Fuck this orange
Team
girl.
Blue, go!
I'm like Team Blue, and then she gets hit by a truck. I'm like, let's go!
Let's go, Team Blue!
I know you can be Team Blue, but not like this.
Not like this. Straight up.
Well, and then the guy who's been with the blue girl when the orange girl died, he's been with her for like what, 3 years?
3 years, yeah. So 3 years goes
3
by.
years will go by.
She's been in a coma the entire time, right? It reveals that kind of at the end of episode 3, and then it's like, is it wrong to move on, or like, is it like how does that work, right? So I'm sure you can see where like a lot of natural drama comes in.
Yeah.
Thereafter.
Yeah.
So.
It's a love triangle. To be honest, I don't know what happens next if the guy is like, who am I gonna choose? Do I choose my old girlfriend or do I choose my blue girlfriend? I don't know, but I know I would choose blue girl. Yeah. Team Blue.
But
I will say, as much as I love triangles, like this is one of those that kind of goes beyond that. It just feels like a midday soap opera, right?
Oh yeah. Speaking of love triangles,
of those visual novels that like broke a generation. So
speaking of love triangles, Domestic Girlfriend is the best.
Oh yeah,
love triangle anime.
Peak. It's up there.
Yeah, But that's like a
100%. One of my favorite
typical.
manga.
That's a typical love triangle, or there's a lot of anime have like typical love triangles. This is actually like a deep, genuine love triangle that's so convoluted and complex at this point. Like, I'm kind of want to keep on watching now, even though I wasn't in love with it and I thought it was just a decent show. I want to keep on watching because of the fact
It is just a fun roller coaster. I say fun. It is not fun at times, but it is a roller coaster all the way through, right? With the ups and downs. So if you get invested and you give it the time to like build up and do things, it can hit, right? So
I want to say something.
one of
real
my
quick.
yeah.
I just want to cut in. You were saying he was a genuine good guy. He was a little bit maybe like not the most observant, maybe a little
bit
naive at times.
wishy-washy. He's a kid,
Wishy-washy,
yeah.
right. But you know what? He
Yeah.
is a kid, and I do think he's a genuine guy. There was a scene where he had tickets to a movie, and he was gonna ask her to go see a movie with him, and she's like, and it was for tomorrow, and she was like, oh, my sister asked me to go tomorrow, and he's like, oh, you should go, like not because he doesn't like her, because she has plans with her sister, and he doesn't want to get in the way of that. I think that's being a good person.
Yeah, and I like the dialogue right there because he's trying to be considerate, but also he's being a little bit like what's the word that they use for like a lot of harem protagonists? Dense, I guess.
Yes.
Like he's not really catching on that they're trying to set up like a time for them to be together and be alone, get to know each other, etc. So like they're trying to be wingmans and help him out. One of my favorite little moments is like the friend, what's his name, Shinji or something. I forget the friend's name, but he's talking about how they've been going out a while and nothing's really happening. Like they just walk home together. He's like, except for that one time, and it's like a 2-second flashback of them just eating at like a McDonald's, and like they're not even sitting together. Like they're on the opposite sides. It's just the four of them eating at McDonald's, and then that's like the end of the flashback. I'm like, that's good.
Oh man, oh my god, there's this anime I want you guys to watch. I just thought about it right now. I might have to do a play action and change my pick. Do you guys? Oh, actually, what are we rating Rumbling Hearts? Sorry, my brain's all over the place today.
I give a 5.
Not bad. I'll give it a 6. It would have been a 5 if I didn't watch it at 1.5 times speed.
I've always had it rated at a 5 because I did my ratings way after I watched the show, and like I'd never gone back. But after rewatching it, I'm gonna bump it up to an 8. I know you said I can't score my own, but it's solid. It's fun. It is a guilty pleasure of mine, and I will stand by it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay, guys. Do you guys know what you want to recommend for next time?
I have a list here I can kind of choose from, but next time's going to be in 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
So people will have a little bit longer to watch it if they so choose.
Yeah.
Update next week, guys. We're covering seasonal anime. So instead of watching 9 to 12 episodes of the anime we recommend, we're gonna watch 9 to 12 episodes of like the most highly rated anime on AniList for this current season.
AniChart.
AniChart, yeah, whatever. Just sorted by popularity. Watch the first 10 first episodes, and we'll talk about it on a podcast. You can watch the second.
I'm already way ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
I was about to say, Recon's the seasonal guy that like watches a lot of seasonals. I'll leave it up to you to watch the popular ones, but how about I just choose a few, right? Just I can be a wild card. I can be the guy that those niche fan bases like.
I can pretty much already tell you what's worth watching and what's not. I can already tell you that.
Next week, we'll tell us.
It just ruins. It would ruin the fun. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have an anime for you guys to watch.
Okay.
I was gonna watch.
Please don't be old.
I was gonna say another. It's actually not old. It's new.
Okay.
I had one that I was gonna say, but I can't remember the name, so I'll just do that in a future week. So for now, Smartphone Isekai Season 2.
Season 2.
I've already seen that, Briggs.
There's no way you watched that, Recon.
Season 2.
Of course I've watched it. What do you expect?
Why would you do that to yourself?
Why would you do this to me?
I don't, because I watch trash isekai. No matter how bad it is, I've seen it.
I watched the first 3 episodes of the first season, and I just couldn't do it. I about stopped anime cold turkey then and there. Now you're making me jump into season 2. No context. This is.
I thought it was really
cruel.
I thought it'd be a really fun thing.
Jordan,
to
it barely changes. Nothing changes, Jordan. Honestly, it's the same shit.
Fair.
Dude, I got reverse clowned on because I assumed there was no way in hell Recon watched season 2 of that garbage ass anime. I haven't watched it yet either. Smartphone was the worst anime I've ever completed season 1 of, and I thought it'd be funny to troll both of you guys with that pick. But Recon watched it, so I'm just trolling myself.
I've already
No,
seen it.
You are really trolling me because I don't like starting sequels to stuff if I haven't seen the first season. So that means I'm gonna have to watch the first season.
No,
This is
no.
You can pretty much just force Jordan to watch it unless you have another recommendation.
I can watch the first season. We got 2 weeks, but like I'm not gonna like it.
God, it's so bad.
But why did you watch season 2 then?
I don't know. I just want to see where it fucking goes. That's it.
There's like 20 light novels to Smartphone Isekai, but there's 20 plus. Like it keeps going and keeps going.
I think it still has more. I think it still has more arcs, but I genuinely
There's a
just
lot.
hope it doesn't get a third season. I hope it doesn't.
When I was watching that stupid overpowered ability one shot at Isekai, I was like, I'm gonna make Recon watch Smartphone season 2. That was like my revenge, and I forgot about it last week. Damn it!
Do you have a different recommendation?
No,
then?
I made my bed. Time to lay in it.
Okay, I guess.
Recon, what's your anime recommendation?
I don't. So this is maybe Jordan has watched this as well. I don't know. Have you guys seen Grand Blue?
It's one of my all-time favorite comedies. I love it.
I've watched the
You've
live
watched
action. I pulled the Jordan.
Oh
I
my
pulled
God.
the Jordan. I pulled the Recon. I pulled the Recon. I watched.
I will say the Grand Blue live action is the greatest anime live action I've ever seen. It is superb.
Oh
The reason why I said this is because it is getting a second season very soon.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering if you guys have seen it because I really want you also to watch the second season. But Jordan, you've seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times. It's
Damn.
great. I convinced Briggs to watch the live action. It was. You
I
need
may
to do
have
that
watched
too.
one episode. I don't think I watched more than one. So we're doing.
Well, I guess I can't change it. So Grand Blue, unless you want to.
I'll rewatch Grand Blue.
All right, Jordan. I mean, yeah, we could do a thing with if everyone's seen it. You could re-pick something new, Recon, if you want, or you could leave it. It's fine. I've watched like one episode, and
Do you want to repick yours, Briggs?
No, I
Because I've
want you to rewatch the first 3 episodes of season 2 again, and then I'm gonna test it.
All right, you know what? I'll repick. In the meantime, let Jordan say.
Okay.
his.
You know what's sad is like even if you try to quiz him on it, I bet he could just start throwing out generic isekai things. He'd probably be right
I
most
know,
of the time. I went on a tirade earlier about watching stuff at sped up speeds, and I will say like that's still one of my pet peeves. But I will be watching Smartphone at like 3 times speed. Like I don't know, man. About to be the biggest hypocrite you ever did see.
Jordan, do you know what me and Recon should watch?
Yeah, so you did say you liked Bocchi the Rock, and this is not anything like Bocchi the Rock, but it is a girls' band anime. So we're gonna, go a little bit away from the other slice of life stuff I was recommending, and I'm gonna
Watched
recommend.
quite a few of those. So, yeah.
So I don't know if you've seen this either, Recon. Maybe you have. It's called Bang Dream, Bang Dream. It's My Go.
Okay,
So
no, I haven't
it's
seen that one.
So there's an original Bang Dream series, and you'll see a lot of those characters kind of in the background. But It's My Go was one of those that kind of brought it back, and it was the first Bang Dream I've ever watched, right? So it brought it back with a brand new group of girls. The continuation to that, called Ave Musica, just finished airing for that was basically season 2. They tie together a lot. So since that just finished airing, and I think it was announced that there's going to be like a mixture, I figure I'll go ahead and just recommend Bang Dream because I think It's My Go has like one of the best one of the best episodes of anime I've seen in recent years within those first 3 episodes, right? So so it'll be fun.
Cool.
Or not, you might hate it.
We'll see. I think I found mine.
Okay.
I know for a fact you guys have not seen this. The Disastrous Life of Saiki Kuso. Saiki K. I know for a fact you guys haven't seen that one.
I have not.
I've seen a lot of Psyche K actually.
Oh, fuck.
You could pick something you've never watched before, Recon.
Damn it, man.
Oh wait, Psyche K. I think I watched a good.
The pink-haired
amount of it.
dude.
Yeah.
The pink-haired
the
alien guy.
who's so like ridiculously strong, like her his psychic abilities, right?
Yeah. So
And everyone
you've
just-
seen. God damn it.
What's sad is I know this is like a Shonen Jump manga that's like really popular and it's a comedy, but I know like
super
nothing else. So yeah.
What else can I?
I mean, sometimes you got to pick your poison, Recon. Like Grand Blue, I've seen, but Briggs hasn't.
I'm
And
down
then
for
Yeah, but I want to see like
Like,
something
yeah,
you
he's
both
seen,
haven't
but I
seen, so I
haven't.
can. I want something that you haven't seen, so I can get like basically raw
Yeah.
reviews from you guys.
This is why you need a My Anime list, Recon. So you can scroll down your
probably
list of
am.
terrible shows. I remembered what I wanted you, Recon, to watch. Damn it. Okay, next time. I'm gonna write it down. I'm writing it
No,
down.
you can switch it if you want to right now.
No. We're locked in. You definitely would rather rewatch Smartphone than this one.
Fuck.
For you, at least, because it's old. The one I remembered is an old
Yeah.
one.
Right.
But it's a banger.
He liked Ippo. He gets a week off from the old
Yeah,
anime.
exactly. Yeah. Come on, Recon. You got to find something here. We're on podcast time.
I know we're on podcast time. God damn it! There's just so much to choose from.
Okay, while Recon thinks, I do want to say next week we are covering. We're going to like watch a bunch of anime, seasonal anime. So if you guys want to prepare by watching some first episodes for the podcast as well, chat, you guys could do that. And then the anime that we're covering for sure 2 weeks from now are Smartphone Isekai Season 2 and Bang Dream. It's my go. If you guys want to watch some of that, Recon, say an anime.
Okay, I found it. My dear friend Nokotan. Watch
Okay,
that.
Ooh, okay, all right. I saw all the memes, but I'm
I don't
pretty.
think I watched it.
I believe he's
Shikanoko Noko Koshtanta. That's what I want you guys to check out.
I don't think
That's
I
an
watched
earworm right there.
That's the Deer Girl anime. Briggs may have. I think Briggs saw some stuff from it, but I don't know if
I
he's
saw,
I
like,
think it's
five.
rated as like one of the. Like it's one of those on Crunchyroll's list for is it slice of life or is it comedy? It's one of the. It's on one of those polls for the voting.
But yeah,
I don't know.
I want you
think
guys to check
I think
that
I
out.
watched
That
5
one's
minutes
really
of it.
5 minutes. Okay, well, now you got to watch 3 episodes. It's very funny.
All right, I'm down. I'm game.
Let's go, brain rot. All right.
It's by which studio? It's by which studio? You guys are gonna like it.
And I do want to say, guys, Jordan does his reactions live on Twitch at The Anime Dude. I do my reactions live on Twitch at Briggs ADA. And Recon does his reactions in his parents' basement.
Let's go. I could do two things. I could be two places at
You
once.
could be 2 places at once.
On Twitch and my parents' basement.
Yes, sir. Recon, what type of content do you make on your YouTube channel if you want to shout it out?
I just do anime recommendations, top 10 style recommendations. So if you all need anime to watch or anything, I mainly do a lot of seasonal shit. So go ahead and check me out if you want to.
Hell yeah. Anyway, boys, Shinpaku, and I will see you all next time.
Later.